I'm going to show you how to get a pickaxe, how to upgrade your pickaxe, how to get the iron pickaxe, and I'm going to show you ways you can get the pickaxes that are kind of not intentional. Like, you don't have to go the generic route of, order of events. So you're going to start your world. You're going to want the first boss. So this is the main thing. In order to get the first pickaxe, you've got to kill the first boss. So you go to this stone right near the starting area, which will look like that on the map. Click that. It'll register the location of the first boss. So then you're going to want to fight the first boss in order to get your first pickaxe. Before you can summon the first boss, you're going to have to hunt deer. You may want to make a bow. It's the easiest way to kill him. If you have no stamina, you might be able to chase him down and hit him once with a spear or something. So you're going to use your bow. You're going to sneak up close and then charge it fully. I have 100 bow right now on debug mode, but the little thing will go all the way to small like this, and it has a lot of drops, so if you're far away, you want to aim above them, shoot, and kill the deer. So you're going to do that. You're going to kill deer until you get deer trophy, which this one did not drop. You're going to need 1 or 2. I think 1. I've read 2, but I only took 1 from my inventory when I did, so I think 1. But if you want to, go ahead and get 2 in order to summon the first boss. If you're going to want to make a bow, by the way, you're going to have to kill boar. So the order of events would be you start the world, you go cut tree, or you go grab wood and stone, you make a workbench, cover it with a roof so you can craft. You're going to make a melee weapon, you're going to go kill a bunch of boar, collect leather scraps. Once you have enough leather scraps, you can make a crude bow. Then you use wood to make arrows. Then you go hunt some deer. And then once you get 2 deer trophies, you come to the spawn point that you activated from there. Here's where it is. You're going to need 2 deer trophies. So I'm going to spawn another. I only have 1, so let me grab another by spawning it. So we got 2. All right, so then you're going to make sure they're in a hotbar slot. I have it on 6. You're going to go up to the thing. You're going to press 6 or whatever button you have it set to. This will start the boss battle. Once you're in the... Also, this will not look like this, by the way. I was screwing around with this place and tried to build a pen for the boss and things, so it's not going to look the same on your playthrough. So there's the boss. That's what it looks like. I'm not actually going to kill it. I'm just going to cheat to kill it. And now it's dead. The boss should drop 2 items. It'll drop a trophy, and it'll drop hard antlers. So let me clear my inventory so I can actually show you. Let me just drop some stuff. Okay. So you go over to this. It dropped 3 hard antlers. Now this, once you pick this up, will unlock the crafting recipe for the Antler Pickaxe, which, come on, debug mode, so we have a million things over here. There it is, Antler Pickaxe, which uses 1 hard antler, 10 wood. So that'll let you craft 3 of those. You're gonna have to go to a workbench in order to craft that. So once you are at a workbench that is covered by a thatch roof, you go to here, Antler Pickaxe, craft. Now you have your first pickaxe. So with the pickaxe, you can dig up the ground. You can dig holes. If you've never used a pickaxe before, you can dig down like this, change ground. If you want to elevate ground, you're going to have to use a hoe to undo that. Raise ground. Okay, so now that you have the Antler Pickaxe, now you can get the materials that you need in order to make the next pickaxe. So what you're going to need is copper and smurtling cores, and some stone, but that doesn't really matter. So in order to find copper, you're going to have to go to black forest biomes. It's a gigantic rock that you may not even realize is an ore on your first playthrough, and I'm gonna go show you one right now. So here we are at a copper deposit. It looks exactly like normal ground, but it is not normal ground. When you mouse over it, it'll say copper deposit. So like this looks exactly like it, but this is not a copper deposit. But this is. So you're going to take your Antler Pickaxe at a copper deposit, and you're just going to dig at it until you get copper. Like that. There we go. We got our first copper ore, and this should unlock a bunch of recipes. So then, after you get copper ore, you're going to need... actually, I'm not sure how much you're going to need. Let me look. You're going to need 10 bronze. So what it is, you're going to have to smelt the copper ore. So in order to smelt the copper ore, you're going to have to make a smelter. In order to unlock a smelter, though, you are going to have to unlock the... you're going to have to get a smurtling core. Now, there are 2 different ways to get... Well, actually, there's 3 different ways to get smurtling cores. So the way that I think you're intended to do this is in Black Forests, you can find burial chamber dungeons. Now I'll show you that way first, but then I'm going to go over the other ways you could potentially get smurtling cores. You're going to need 5 of these, but I'm going to show you the other ways after this. So let me go ahead and show you what one of those dungeons looks like. So this is what the burial chambers dungeon will look like. It should be guarded by 2 skeletons, maybe 3. And it can look different. There's different versions of it, but it'll be something along these lines. So you're going to go into here. You go hit E to hit enter. And you go into the burial chambers. I don't have a torch with me. Hold on a second. Let me skip ahead. Okay, so in these dungeons, you'll find a bunch of skeletons, but you can also find smurtling cores. So let me see if I can find us one in here. They will look like this. Here we go. There is a smurtling core. You'll find these randomly in the burial chambers. You can go ahead and loot those. And there you go. It'll show you unlocked a bunch of stuff. You unlocked the smelter. You unlocked a bunch of stuff. Well, you're going to have to go into these burial chambers and hunt for these things. And you may need more than 1 burial chambers because some burial chambers don't have as many as others. So you're going to explore these. You're going to hunt for these. And then you are going to get 5 of these. Once you have 5 of these, you can return to your base and craft a smelter, which will let you refine your copper. Well, there we go. Now we have 5 of them. That easy. Also, while you're in here, this is how you can register the location for the second boss, the Elder. It'll be in one of these burial mounds. It'll have one of these, and you hit it, and it'll register location. But now I'm going to go back to the base, and we're going to build a smelter and show you how to get the next pickaxe. We are now back at our base with the workbench. So you're going to need to be near a workbench. You're going to have to pull out your hammer, go to the crafting menu, and there should be smelter. This thing is gigantic. I actually have to expand the house to make room for this thing, so hold on just a minute. Okay, once you actually have space near your workbench for the smelter, you can go ahead and place it. Uses 5 smurtling cores, 20 stone, needs to be near a workbench. So then the bird will come and tell you about it. Spot your raw ore in the furnace and it'll melt away and make stuff. Alright, you'll need coal to fuel the smelters produced by building a kiln and loading it with wood. Okay, so also another way you can make coal is by burning food. But you're gonna need coal. And you're gonna add item over here. So that puts that in. Then you're going to need some coal. So let's spawn some coal. Also, the bird's message is never gonna go away now. So to put the coal in, you put the coal in the other side. And then you just wait. You wait for your copper to be smelted. Also, if you do want to use the charcoal kiln to make charcoal, it just uses wood to make the charcoal, but to make the kiln, you'll need another 5 smurtling cores from those dungeons. But if you do come out with 10, then you can make one of these and throw a bunch of wood into it, and it should make you charcoal. So that's another way to get charcoal if you need charcoal for that. But this is how you get copper, but now you're also going to need tin. So I'm going to show you where to get tin. In order to find tin, you are going to have to look near the water in Black Forest biome. So find a Black Forest biome, find a river or the ocean, and just follow it until you see one of these. When you mouse over it with a pickaxe in your hand, it'll say tin deposit. So you're going to have to mine up these as well in order to get tin. So that one gave me 3 tin ore. So you're going to need, in order to make enough bronze, you're going to need, let me look at this real fast. You're going to need, I think it's 10 tin and 20 copper is what I'm thinking this is, if I'm looking at this right. So let me double check. Okay, yes, you're gonna need 20 copper ore and 10 tin ore. You're gonna smelt all of them into bars. Again, just like the other one, the tin goes into the smelter same way. You stack 10 in here at a time. Once this is done processing and you have your bars, you're going to go to the workbench with your bars. And you are going... Sorry about that. You're gonna need another 6 copper. This crap is extremely complicated, and I forgot that you actually need this forge. Forge is an bench that you can make. If this wasn't complicated, you probably wouldn't be looking up this video right now. So, you're gonna make a forge. It needs to go near your workbench. It's under the crafting thing, forge. I think you'll unlock this when you make copper bars and coal and stuff. At some point, you'll get it unlocked with one of those materials. And then you place that down, and at the forge, you can craft bronze bars. So you're going to have the copper and the tin in your inventory, and you are going to craft bronze bars. You're going to need 10 bronze bars. But 10 bronze bars is not enough. So you are going to need one more thing, and I'm going to show you where that is. The last thing you're going to need to get the bronze pickaxe is core wood. In order to find this, you're going to have to go back to the Black Forest and cut down pine trees. You can just use a stone axe for this. You don't need anything crazy. Also, don't confuse these with fir trees. It'll actually say pine. It's definitely pine trees. So then you're going to cut up a pine tree for core wood. You'll need 3 core wood in order to make a bronze pickaxe. I'm going to have to drop something to make room for it. Okay. Oh, this crap's complicated, isn't it, guys? All right, let's go back to base and make one now. So now that you're back at your forge and you have the ingredients, you should, no matter what, have the bronze pickaxe unlocked. It'll use 3 core wood and 10 bronze. Also, you have to make sure there's a slot in your inventory. It won't let you press the button. Okay. So then you're going to craft the bronze pickaxe. And now you have a bronze pickaxe. We are moving up in the world. So before I move on to the iron, I wanted to show you there are other ways to get those surtling cores. I was going to show earlier and I forgot, so I'm going to clip it in here. Before I move on, there are 2 other places to get the surtling cores. Potentially, you can get them in swamps or in these red undeveloped biomes. There's nothing but the surtling enemies, and they drop surtling cores when killed. Those enemies can also be found in a swamp. I'm going to show you those enemies right now. Here we are in a swamp. This is what surtlings look like once they have caught themselves on fire. And these enemies can drop the surtling cores as well. These are the enemies that you will also find in these undeveloped red biomes, which if you're watching this from like a year from now, these biomes will probably be developed maybe, and then this one might not make as much sense, but the surtling enemies drop surtling cores. So if for some reason you don't want to go look for those dungeons in the meadows and in the Black Forests and look for them that way, you can always go to a swamp and murder these enemies until they drop their surtling cores. Here's 2 of them. One of them died over here by touching water or something. So that's another way to get the surtling cores. And one of the reasons I bring you to the swamp to show you this right now is because there's actually a way in order to get scrap iron that can skip even doing the bronze pickaxe potentially. So if you want to attempt to skip the whole process of the bronze one and go straight to the iron without killing any bosses or anything, then you'll have to go to swamps and hunt down these blob elites. They're pretty rare, and they have a rare chance of dropping scrap iron. So if for some reason you want to painstakingly kill, like, I don't know how many you'd have to actually kill, a lot of these probably, then you can feel free to do that. And there's a chance that you will get scrap iron from those, but it is a pretty rare drop. But it is possible to skip the whole process. So I just wanted to show you that before we move on. So with that out of the way, to drop scrap iron right there, dropped one. So it's possible. It's possible. But you're going to need, I want to say, 20 scrap iron is what you're going to need. Let me look. Yes, you are going to need 20 scrap iron. And considering that I searched this entire swamp and only found 2 of those guys, is a pretty bad sign for that. But it's possible. It's possible. But if you want to upgrade to the iron pickaxe now, after the bronze pickaxe, the way you are supposed to do this is by going into these crypts, these dungeons in the swamp. They're all over the place in these dungeons, in these swamps. But you cannot get into one of these crypts without killing the elder first. If you kill the elder, he will drop an item called the swamp key. Once you have this key, it will let you open these gates. The key can be used as many times as you want. Once you've gotten that key from that boss, also, like I said before earlier in the video, in case you were skipping through, in order to find that boss, you can find the location by going into burial chamber dungeons that are in the Black Forest, and you can find a rune in there that'll show you the location of the elder. So in case you're skipping through the video and then didn't hear that part, which is totally understandable, that's how you can reveal the location of the elder. But once you kill him, you get swamp key and go into these places. So let's go in, let's go find some iron. Once you get into this dungeon and start exploring, you'll notice that some of the passages are blocked off by a muddy scrap pile. So you're going to take your bronze pickaxe and you're going to dig away at this. This is actually scrap iron. This is the actual source of scrap iron in this game is from these scrap piles. I need to throw some stuff away. So it is a pretty low chance to actually get the scrap iron from this stuff. Most of the times you dig it, you will not actually get scrap iron, so it's going to take a while to get enough scrap iron from these, but this is where you get scrap iron. So you got to go through here and got to dig these out and painstakingly, slowly get scrap iron from these. And once you have 20 scrap iron, there, scrap iron, I just want to show you. There it is. It's real, I swear. That's where you can get, okay, there's 2 scrap iron. So once you have 20 scrap iron, you can go ahead and head back to your base with it in order to make the iron pickaxe. Also, I should warn you, scrap iron is extremely heavy, weighing in at 10 per scrap iron. So getting 20 scrap iron, you want to make sure before you go and do that, you have 200 weight free in order to carry it out. Unless you want to make multiple trips. Or you can also try to build a second base in the swamp that has all the things that you need in order to refine it. But iron is also extremely heavy, only slightly less heavy than the scrap iron. So you're going to go to a forge that you've made, and or smelter, and just like the bronze and the tin, you are going to smelt it into iron bars. Once you have 20 iron bars, you are going to go to your forge, and you should have the iron pickaxe recipe for it. You'll also need 3 core wood. Once you have your 3 core wood and your 20 iron, you are ready to make your iron pickaxe. And there you have it. You now have... I don't think I can give it to me because there's too much stuff in my inventory. Yeah, I'm carrying too much. Hold on, let me drop some stuff. Drop these trophies. I want to actually show you the stuff. There we go. Okay. Now you have an iron pickaxe. Also, I made 2 because I'm on debug mode. Pretend that one doesn't exist. Now you've made your iron pickaxe. If you want to upgrade your iron pickaxe, it will require, workbench level 3. Is that workbench level 3? It told me for a second. Level 3 station, so maybe that's 4. Whatever, you're in level 3 station. 1 more core wood, 10 iron. And it's going to be the same thing for... No, it's not going to be the same thing for the next upgrade. It's going to be the level 4 station, and then 20 and 2, and whatever. You can get better and better. Iron pickaxe, which will make you mine faster and faster with the iron pickaxe. If you are wanting a faster way to transport your iron, or a way to transport iron in bulk, subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned. I'm going to be posting an exploit video sometime soon, hopefully, about a better way to transport items using an exploit. And so definitely stay tuned for that. But now you know how to make all the different pickaxes in Valheim, and it is hell to do it unless you're playing normally and it just happens organically. Then it's fine. But if you go in here day 1 and you've never played the game before and you're like, I'm gonna make an iron pickaxe right now, good freaking luck, because it is actually obnoxiously complicated with a ton of steps and prerequisites and working your way up the ladder of technology and all that type of stuff. It's pretty rough, actually. So I would definitely not recommend rushing the iron pickaxe. I would recommend getting the Antler Pickaxe and calling it a day and just playing the game until you actually get to the point where you need the next stuff. Because it's not worth it to go out of your way to go straight to it. Unless you want to just go to the swamps and hunt those ooze elites until you get scrap iron that way, and then you don't have to think about it, and then you just bam, you have iron. But you still gotta make a forge, and you still gotta... It's pretty complicated stuff. That's why this video was so long. It's actually crazy. I thought this video would be like 5 minutes, and it ended up being, I don't even know what it ended up being, but it's gonna be really long. I know because of how many things I recorded. But there you go. Now you know how to make all the different pickaxes in Valheim, everything you need. Hopefully that helps you out. Now you know. If this video helped you, consider helping us by subscribing to our channel. Tap this button over here and hit the red subscribe button. Subscriptions help a lot, even if you never watch our videos again. Ha 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 ha!